Being aware that all of humanity experiences the world subjectively is a double-edged sword. On one end, I am able to recognize the limitations of my own mind and the limitation of humanity's collective intelligence as a whole. All of humanity develops from individual to individual, according to their environments, family beliefs and values, the beliefs and values of their friends, and the beliefs and values of their cultures and traditions, among many other things. People like me are so often swept under the rug. Whenever I talk about things like this, the grand majority of people tuck their tails and will either stop listening or even go, mm-hmm, yep, without really engaging or considering what I'm saying. I feel like I've always been disregarded and forgotten when it comes to talking about deeper concepts because it feels like I'm left behind in the sea of mob mentality where people prefer to stick to their beliefs and follow their own confirmation bias that reinforces those beliefs. I am also beholden to all of these things, and at the same time have to recognize that my own beliefs and values are subjective, and thus not an accurate portrayal of any kind of objective world or reality. And obviously, objective reality or objective comprehension of any or of anything or any concept is impossible from the human perspective. I am always incredibly frustrated every time I walk outside, every time I go to class or make a trip to the store or go to interviews for a job, because I am aware that I am, more times than not, surrounded by people who are unable and or unwilling to recognize our subjective experiences as humanity. Because understanding this is key to having strong empathy and understanding one another. It is also the path of most resistance against the brain's hardwired intrinsic desire for things to remain unchanged. Put simply, we don't like change, so oftentimes we don't pursue change. It feels to me like truly authentic people who value the pursuit of knowledge and understanding and are willing to challenge their own views are few and far between. Either people are staunchly extreme in their views and refuse to believe that they could be wrong, a type of person that I personally hate, or are too scared/anxious to step up and talk in the first place about these things. One is a zealot and the other is afraid. And both approaches again reinforce the path of least resistance, the path that the brain likes, which is the least change. Both behaviors, in their own way, contribute to the stagnation of thought and prevent meaningful progress. It feels like true intellectual honesty, where someone is both willing to stand by their beliefs and also open to changing them, is rare. Often, extremists dominate discussions because their certainty makes them vocal, and anxious thinkers stay quiet because they fear being misunderstood or attacked. People like us are so often forgotten, thus becoming lost in a sort of fog. Because it is easier to stick to one's guns, to believe what one has always believed, than to truly be intellectually honest and willing to challenge any and all views and beliefs. Too many people look at their beliefs and values as correct instead of being one way of looking at things. That has been, and always will be, the most tragic destiny that humanity will always lead.